Hello and welcome to my channel. It's the Network Specialist. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. Everything I will discuss is alleged and in my very own opinion, used for entertainment purposes only. Okay, so let me go ahead and say some hellos. Hey, Mama Bees, thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for all you do. That's my moderator, guys. And hey, Dee Dee Hill, thank you so much for being here. And Mama Bees did let me know that you guys can hear me. So let's go ahead and get started. So, okay, guys, I did mention to you guys on, I believe it was Tuesday, that I was going to incorporate one day out of the week for true crime. So, and I kind of want it to be consistently on the same day, just so that all my true crime people know when to show up. So, today is going to be the first day for that. So, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So, first movie that we're going to talk about today is called Apartment 407. Put a one in the chat if you have seen this movie, put a two in the chat if you have not seen this movie. And guys, you know, this is going to be a 3-day weekend, a long weekend because Monday is a holiday. So I'm pretty sure that you're going to have some time to just chill out, watch a good movie, have a glass of wine. Okay, so none of you have seen it. So make sure you have your pen and paper handy so that if something, appeases you, something that you think you might want to watch, you can go ahead and write down the name. And today I will be speaking on three movies because I want to start off slow just to see how long it's going to take and how many I can add, you know, um, whenever I go live. So we're going to start off. Hey, Sharon, thank you so much for being here with the trailer for Apartment 407. And Sharon, let me know if you've seen this movie. And let me just grab my notes so that as I go along, I can tell you guys what network these movies are on. And then also, guys, there's another question that I wanted to ask you guys in the chat. What different platforms you have, whether it's Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Philo. Just kind of let me know what you guys watch on a regular basis, okay? So let me just take a quick look and make sure that I have the platforms as well. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay. So Apartment 407 is on Amazon Prime. And I know that some of you guys might not have Amazon Prime, but let me see something because I think I also found where you can watch it on YouTube, the whole movie. Let me see. Okay, that's going to be the second movie on the whole movie so that you guys can watch it on YouTube if you don't have the platform. So let's go ahead and let me. Okay, so Didi Hill says she has Netflix, Philo, and Prime. Okay, so I actually got rid of my Philo and substituted it. I think I want to say for Hulu because I was using Philo to watch what was it? Love and Marriage Huntsville. And since I'm no longer planning on watching that, so I traded that out. Plus, I will say it was like 20 something dollars per month, and I wasn't utilizing it. So I got rid of that with the quickness. So, guys, let me share my screen so that I can show you guys the trailer. And make sure you have your volume
Why do angels need glitter?
Well, I guess they needed to light our way.
Have you ever been stabbed, Isabel? It's like a wasp sting. Burns. It never cools down. It just gets hotter.
I can't do it. Please. You're gonna kill me.
We'd never get. We're far too beautiful. Congratulations are in order. Your client is coming back in a few days.
Why are you doing this to me?
For money. It's the same reason that you came here for. You have to be strong. You have to be a survivor.
Tell me how pretty I look. I want to hear it. What you're about to see is not just based on a true story. It's based on my true story. A story I lived through. And memories I live with every day.
Hello, Isabel.
You were made to serve others. That's who you are.
I want to share this film for awareness and not as a victim, as a survivor.
Okay. So I really enjoyed that movie. So basically this movie is about a lady, she has a boyfriend and she has a little daughter. Uh-oh. Let me stop that. Okay. So and she has a little daughter and she met this man at a diner. She met him at a diner and he kind of saved her from a bum that was kind of annoying her. So they struck up a conversation and basically he asked her to come to his office, studio, whatever the case may be, and that he had a job for her. It was one of his top clients and he would lose that client if he didn't deliver. So he asked her to just come there, take some pictures of or whatever the case may be, and in this day and time, like I know this is a movie, but that's always going to be a no, no. And I could see if she took her boyfriend with her or even just a friend, but to go to a place like this with a stranger you've never met is absolutely crazy. So but this is a very good movie. So make sure that if you do have Amazon Prime, you check that out. And it is called Apartment 407 because come to find out, this guy was in an apartment building, but I believe he was the apartment manager. So he had access to like the garage area and just different places inside the building, where he could do things that were illegal, like X trafficking. Okay. So Mama B says she has Netflix, Prime, Infinity, streaming. Okay, so Mama B's, you can definitely watch it. And Sharon says, I don't have any of them, but sometimes I can find the movies on YouTube. Exactly. And Dee Dee says, okay. Alrighty. So yes, again, I like true crime movies. So the next one is called, let's see here. Kidnapped, the Hannah Anderson story. And I thought this one was interesting. This story kind of reminds me of what I want to say D.L. Hughley kind of went through with a friend of his when it came to his daughter. And these right here, this is not an official trailer, in my opinion, but it will give you some idea of what this young lady went through, and then I'll break it all down for you. So let me go ahead. And again, this is called Kidnap, the Hannah Anderson story. And this is also a true story. Okay, let me just make sure you guys can see it. And let me see if I can make it bigger.
been over a month since Hannah Anderson was kidnapped by the man believed to have murdered her mother and young brother.
Any comment on reports that you were having a relationship with Jim DiMaggio?
She was like a puppy dog with Jim. Flirty, sending in pictures. I wouldn't put anything past her.
You basically said I killed Mom and Ethan.
I need to tell the truth. It's the only thing that matters to me now.
Okay, so let me stop that and tell you guys a little bit more about what it's about. And Mama Bees, that is also on Prime TV. I kind of figured out that Prime has a lot of good true crime movies, and I watched a whole plethora of them. Okay, so basically, this movie is about a teenage girl, and we all know how teenagers can be. Sometimes they don't want to listen to their parents, and sometimes once the girls get of a certain age, you know, they just become hard to deal with sometimes, especially if they're in that stage where they start liking boys, like they don't want to listen to their parents anymore. So Hannah was kidnapped by her dad's friend. And keep in mind, her dad wasn't necessarily around. I believe he was out of town working. So he asked his best friend to keep an eye out on his family, to check on them periodically, whatever the case may be. No biggie. Just look out for my family. So, some kind of way, his best friend developed this weird obsession and crush on, his daughter, Hannah. So, his life started spiraling a little bit. He lost his job. Things went down, hill. So he came up with this idea that he was going to kidnap Hannah and, unalive her mother and her, I want to say 8-year-old brother, and he was going to start a new life with this young girl, Hannah. Like, imagine that. So, you know, I don't want to tell the whole movie because there would be no reason to watch, but it is a really good movie. And when when they first found her and she was saved, um, people started changing the narrative about what really happened. And I believe it was somebody that was related to this man who kidnapped her. She was saying that, Hannah was flirting with him, all these things or whatever the case may be. And people started really slandering her name. So she went on Good Morning America to tell her side of the story. Okay. Because this was a very high profile case. People were always outside of her door. And at first, her dad didn't really want her to speak. But then, you know, she pretty much begged her dad to let her tell her side of the story because she was not comfortable, with the narratives that people had out there about, what is her life. So she wanted to clear all that up. So that's what she did. Okay. So again, that movie is on Prime TV or Prime Video, whatever you call it, through Amazon Prime. So if you have that platform, you can definitely watch it. But if you don't have that platform, like Sharon said, you can Google it on YouTube to see if they have the full movie on YouTube because a lot of people screen movies on YouTube. So a lot of times you can get the full movie on YouTube. Okay. And this next movie series, I'm going to say it was my favorite. Like, I really did enjoy watching this. I guess because it wasn't quick like a movie, it was an actual series with maybe 8 episodes. I can't remember the exact number, but there were several episodes. So, it was something that I could say, okay, let me just chill, have me a little drink, whatever the case may be, and watch a good movie. And this was the movie that I decided to watch. And let me go ahead and share my screen so that I can show you guys a trailer for this movie as well. And this movie is called Secrets We Keep. And this movie is on Netflix, guys. Secrets We Keep. That and stop sharing that. So basically, this movie is about these two families, their neighbors, and they both hire an au pair to watch their kids. Okay. So they're really good friends. They're two sons, they're like best friends. They hang out. They have a very weird relationship. The two boys, they're in this group chat where they take pictures of unsuspecting women or girls and they share the pictures in this group chat. But that's not the main part of the movie, but that's just something that these two neighbor boys do. So, even the two au pairs, they have dinner at one of the family's houses. So they just go back and forth between the two houses. So one of the au pairs come up missing. And I don't want to tell the story because if you don't know who the person is that is, going to cause her to go missing, then you'll be more intrigued watching the story. But again, one of the au pairs is going to disappear, and the detective is going to get heavily involved, almost to the point where, you know, she just really wants to find out who did this to this young lady because obviously she's going to be found unalived, and it's going to lead you to believe that somebody in one of those houses out of those two neighbors did this to this au pair. And she was from another country. I want to say the Philippines. And I love Filipinos. I actually had a Filipino neighbor when I was a kid, and we were really close. Um, and the one that disappears, she's actually engaged to somebody back home. So, hey, Cece, thank you so much for being here. And Didi says, I started watching that and I stopped. Didi, you got to stick with it. It's really a good movie. And Cece, we're doing true crime movie reviews / what you watching. So if you guys are also watching anything good, make sure you drop down in the chat and let me know, especially if it is true crime, because that is my thing. I like forensic files, those type of movies. But I kind of like, as far as the channel goes, I want it to kind of be a movie and not like a show. So if you're watching any true crime movies, please drop down in the comments and let me know. And as you're watching your movies, go ahead, take some notes and, start a list so that when we meet up, maybe possibly on Thursdays to talk about true crime, you have a list that you guys can also share with me. Okay. So again, I really enjoyed this movie. It was a series, and Didi says she's going to finish it. Yes, it gets better as it goes along. It might start off a little bit slow, but I liked it, the entire time. Like I was almost sad when it ended because I really did enjoy it. And Mama B says, I watched it a little angry at the ending. Okay, so you watched the entire thing, but you didn't like the ending. Um, I can't say too much about the ending just because I don't want to give it away, but I kind of see what you're talking about, Mama Bees. And I think the reason why you didn't like the ending is because it seemed like nobody was going to be held accountable. And that could potentially be why you didn't like the ending, because that's what I was kind of thinking too. Like, is somebody going to be held accountable for this? So I totally get it. So yes, guys, those are some of the recent true crime movies that I watched over the last week or so. So again, if you're going to be watching true crime, make sure you make a list so that you can also share your movies with me as well. Okay. So guys, that's pretty much all I got um for this live. I know there's a lot going on out here in these social media, streets. I'm keeping a close eye on what's going on with Portia's mom and Shamia's mom and everything that I know you guys have seen in the streets. But I'm going to kind of wait a little bit, just to see if one of them are going to come out and say something. And I presume it might be Portia again, even though she's already called Shamia out about speaking on her mom. But now that everybody is reporting on, the downfall of Shamia's mom and Portia's mom relationship, I think Portia might come out and say something because Portia is a hothead and she can't keep quiet. So I just want to wait and see how this develops and see if Portia comes out like a crazy man because y'all already know how Portia is. So, before I actually speak on it, because I don't want to be talking about Portia and Shamia every doggone day. And it seems like every day there's something new. And it seems like this whole season is based around Portia and Shamia's friendship. So, like I've said before, I'm kind of over that, but it is what it is. They're on the show. So, obviously, we're going to get, daily highlights or whatever the case may be and what's going on in real life. Like, ready to see the reunion if you want to know the truth. Just forget all of these episodes. Every week they have us thinking that Phaedra is going to show up, and I don't think Phaedra is going to show up until the very last episode. So I'm kind of over it. And Mama B says, no, the privilege clear people had. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, that one family, they treated people, I mean, they were treating those au pairs so bad, and calling them names and just, again, the privilege of it all. And Cece said, when is the reunion supposed to be filmed? I have no idea because we're still watching season 16 and I'm ready for the reunion, you know? And it's more interesting off the show than it is on the show. So, but I got a feeling that they are going to really be coming for Shamia on the reunion. And you guys know that I started out, I was really team Shamia, but that is slowly starting to change because Shamia is looking to be a lot like Portia. And it's just really looking like Portia and Shamia and their moms have just always been in some type of competition against each other. So it seems like the moms are in competition. And it also seems like these two besties have been in competition their entire lives. Okay. So, I can't believe that this is worth a whole season to talk about. But, I guess after Portia's storyline flopped, they were just grasping for straws at this point, and they're using this as a storyline and plus the Drew and Dennis situation as their storyline. So I have no idea when the reunion is supposed to air, but I am definitely looking forward to it because I got a feeling that everybody is going to be coming for Shamia except for Kelly and maybe not Britt. I think Britt is cool with Shamia, and also Cynthia, but it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. And Phaedra claims that Portia begged her to come on the show. I don't think Portia begged you to come on the show. I believe those coins begged you to come on the show. You didn't like being over there on Married to Medicine, so it was just a better fit. So it is what it is. Like, I don't know why that was even said. But anyway, and Sharon says, I agree. They are going to drag Shamia at the reunion. Yes, and I believe, there's going to be some things that's probably going to come out about Shamia as well that we don't know, like her innocent, persona or whatever the case may be. Like, I think that's going to change. I just have this feeling that Shamia might not be exactly who we think she is. So I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. So guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did not like the video on the way in, please like the video on the way out. And if you just happen to be catching the replay, Make sure that you like the video and you subscribe to the channel and drop down in the comments so that we can keep this conversation going. Thank you guys so much for watching, and bye for now. See you at 2.